Good morning, it's Barbara. Welcome. Thank you for joining me for coffee. Dennis brought me a tea in bed today, so this is my first coffee. Trying to cut down on my cream. I have to get used to coffee without cream. That would be the best solution. But meanwhile, I take my tea black very often. And so he brought me tea. So I'm much later starting my eating, which is what cream in my coffee does. So cream in my coffee is starting eating. And the later I do that, the better for me. Meanwhile, so it's a little later because we overslept. My sleeping is shifting. I'm going to bed later and I'm getting up later. I don't know how I feel about that. The Puritan says that's bad, you know. Was it Ben Franklin? Early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. For some reason, my subconscious believes that. So when I go to bed at 1:30, and don't wake up till 10. But I did sleep well last night, so that's good. And my arm didn't hurt last night, so that's good. I was more careful with my arm yesterday. I did not institute my plan of wearing a scarf like a sling because I forgot to take a scarf downstairs that would be suitable, and then I'm not going back up. That's it. Forget it. But I was more careful with it. The day before, I had, taking pans in and out of the oven and, things like that, which is so awkward to do with my left hand that I forget. So yesterday was much better. Now, I knit yesterday. I actually knit as much yesterday as I did the day before, which makes me feel better because I was worried the knitting was going to be hard. See? That little progress keeper is where I was when I showed it to you last. That's a podcaster thing. I was doing a podcaster thing. Feels so good, feels like, oh, maybe I'm getting back into being a podcaster. It's not quite in the middle, but I knit this much last night, so this little back has to go to 18 inches. That seems like a lot, but hey, Isabel's was too short. I think I shortened it, and I think I shortened it too short. I hope she doesn't mind. I haven't seen a picture yet of her wearing it, so we'll see. But this is Samantha's unicorn sweater. I brought the pattern today. That's what it's going to look like. Cute. It's the cutest thing. So I started with the back. Purple is her color. Her parents assure me she will love this color purple. And I did a twisted rib on that. But I'm really enjoying it. My next thing that I'm going to do is a hat from my friend Kim. I never had a conversation with Aura about her socks, and I need to talk to Aura about her socks because her birthday is coming, and I have several pairs of socks that I could finish in time for her birthday if she would wear them, but I ain't making them for her if she ain't going to wear them. Now, I understand that, my father was the same way. I don't want to ruin him. Okay. Well, you cannot ruin one pair. You don't have to have two pair to not ruin, is my point, right? So my friend Kim is getting a hat made with this gorgeousness, and this is so soft, I cannot even tell you. Shibui Drift. I won this yarn in a contest, and I think I'm going to try to do this, which is the Ditto by Angie and Gagman. She's the same one who did the 2x2 hat, which I've made many times. It's also free. That's the top of it. Isn't that cool? The problem with this pattern for me is that row gauge is important so that you get that beautiful crown to work well. And of course I want it to fit, but So I need to do a gauge swatch for a hat. Isn't that weird? But I need to know where I am with my row gauge before I start, so I know how to adjust it. It may just be that I just make a bigger brim. You know, if it needs another half an inch, I'll just make the brim a half an inch bigger. But if it's, and the pattern is for either a brim like this or a fold over brim. And since I want to do a twisted rib, I don't want to do a fold over brim because I don't want to do twisted pearls for the part that shows. Could do it, knit it backwards, inside out. I could knit the brim inside out. I could knit the brim inside out. And then the part that she flips up would have the good stitches. I could do that. Anyway, thinking out loud here, well, you know, it helps me to talk to you guys. So anyway, this is, I got to wind this up, except that I've taken all my whip bags and put them on my table so there's no room for my Swift. But I'm soon going to be putting bags back on my hooks. And sooner rather than later, I suppose. If I'm going to start that. But meanwhile, I'm not knitting a lot, just because I don't want to overdo it with my arm. So that's what I did yesterday. I can't think of anything monumental that I did yesterday. Oh! See, this is a list. I sat down and I made a list. There's only one thing not crossed off this list. We accumulated things that needed to be done for Aura. One of these is for myself too. And so I'm just like, I gotta make a, you know, most of it, some of them were phone calls. And it's just like, I gotta make a list. And I crossed all these things off. Except not number 1. And there's the most important one. Didn't get done, but that's what I'm going to do today. If I get that organized today, I will feel so great. So, that's my plan for today. But I did things yesterday. I got some things done. Today, Dennis and Aura are meeting Kim over at Aura's other house. They're going to pick up a few things, and they're also meeting with Aura's handyman guy to see if there's anything that needs to be done on the outside of the house that he can do, because we're going to be selling it in the spring. So they're all going over there this afternoon. I'm not going. I'll stay here and babysit the pets. So that's my, doing my one last thing on my list, this list. If I do that today, I'll feel much better. And do some knitting. Kim will be over here visiting, a visit with Kim a little bit. And yeah, that'll be that. Meanwhile, let me see what I got here. I was going to move some of the stuff that's in front of that so that I don't. It is my room. Hello. So I guess I won't record myself scrambling over a pile of stuff. So hold on. I'll get some bags. Okay. So I got 3 bags. This is a knitting bag. This is felted, pretty much on purpose. This was one of the first things that I knit. I knit myself a knitting bag. I don't use it much. It feels like the hand, I just worry something about the way the handles are just, I don't know. Maybe if I reinforced them, but I'm sure it's sturdy enough, but I don't use it often. And it's a bit meta because inside of it, I have a bag. Oh, you know why? Because this bag doesn't have a handle, so I can't hook it on the hook because it doesn't have a hookable handle. Isn't that cute? I made that bag. I made some bags at the beginning of my knitting career, so I would have knitting bags, and I found this penguin fabric, and I made a really nice bag, except I didn't put a handle on it. Oh, this, I don't know how I think I'm ever going to finish anything. Oh, you know what? I think I might be making this up as I go. I'm making this up as I go. This is a Mobius cowl. And this is a skein of yarn. This is all from one big skein of yarn from Sadie Ruin. Nightmare Knits or something was her brand. And it had these really, really long color changes. Black to purple to pink. So I decided that I would make a Mobius cowl with it. And I think I'm just making it up as I go along. So I was just putting in some different textures. I have no idea where I was headed with the pink. Looks like I was going into some kind of something, but there is not a scrap of paper in this bag to tell me where I thought I was going to go. But it looks like I've started some kind of a lace. And I imagine it was based on something I was knitting at the time, was my guess. Tickle in my throat. So... I'm showing you the back. There's the front, which in a Mobius you shouldn't have a back or a front. So anyway, if I pick this up and finish it, because I only have this much yarn left, and I'm going into an orange. I'm going from the pink into an orange, into an apricot. Oh, I'm pulling it from the middle, so I still have more pink to go, and then it's going to go into an orange, and it looks like I'm doing a different stitch for each color. That's fun. I wonder, I think maybe because I was making it up as I went along, I just started losing the energy or something. I'm not sure. This is on a smallish needle. So small I can't read it. I would have to get a tester. So anyway, this doesn't have much to go. 1.5 colors. And that's kind of fun. Anyway, so this was a Knitting Nightmare yarn call, and the name of the color was Girls Just Want to Have Fun. I remember that because I love the name. And yeah, and I would wear this. That would be fun. So I haven't had, apparently I can't bring myself to frog anything, but I'm liking that. I'm liking that, and I totally forgot about that. Totally 100% forgot about that. And I can't see the bag because it's in my bag. So meta. All right, well, that's one that I'm going to keep. So this is a Medusa bag. Medusa? Methuselah? Medusa. I forget where I got this bag. Very cool. No! Socks. Oh, these are my magic socks. I was doing a test knit. Oh dear, I'm so sorry, Carol. These are my magic socks. I was doing them on this yarn, which I really, really love, but this yarn is totally inappropriate for it. Although with the sun coming in my window, you can see it. So these are my magic socks. This is 5 Winds Magic by Carol Roy. And I was doing, and it's got this lovely sort of triangular, see those triangles? Triangular V's, whatever you want to call them. Design that's very lovely, fun to do. And I'm like the world's worst well, I've been a good test knitter in my life. Not for socks, but I did a twisted rib. Does it call for a twisted rib, Carol? Or did I just do that? Anyway, twisted rib. I do like a twisted rib. Anyway, so this is 5 Winds Magic. And this is yarn. I really love this yarn. But I don't have a tag. I'm never going to be able to podcast again. But this is, I had started some monkey socks with this yarn, and the socks ended up really very, very too tight. And so I frogged them, and this was years ago. And so yarn has been balled up for a long time. I feel like the colorway is called Blackberry Bramble, something like that. But I am not remembering whose yarn it is. And I really, really love, love, love this yarn, which is why I wanted socks out of it. And so I was making my magic socks out of it. Well, I'm going to keep this. And I'm going to finish those. I do, you know. Anyway, I'm sorry, Carol. But Carol finished that, and I think she had more, maybe even another pattern after this. She didn't wait for me. Luckily. But those are going to be beautiful socks someday. And last but not least, another bag I made many years ago. I have no idea what are in these bags. This is a summer cropped cardigan by Amba O'Brien, made with my recycled linen called the Ochre Cardigan by Amba O'Brien. And I got just down, I am so close. I got just down to the lace and I stopped. Now this is the Shibui linen that I love. And I had made this into another sweater. This was one of the first yarns I bought, this poppy in Shibui linen. I just loved the color and I got it. But then I needed more and I went out and bought more, and the more that I bought was very, very different. So I started alternating skeins. Can you see those stripes? They're subtle, but they're definitely there. And so I knit this up into a oversized summery sweater that was too big and I didn't like it, and sloppy, and I wasn't wearing it. So I took it apart, and it was magic knotted. This linen you have to magic knot. You can't, it's so light that you can't weave in the ends without them showing, because you see right through the fabric. You can't weave in ends that don't show. I couldn't anyway. And so, and this is very sticky yarn, so a magic knot is going to be very secure, if ever they are. So I took it apart and decided to make this little I was going to say sleeveless. It's not sleeveless. It's a 3/4 sleeve, in fact. Summer little jacket. I just started the lace at the bottom of this jacket. So I am almost done with the body, and then I have the sleeves. And I didn't forget that I have this sweater on the go. I just didn't know what was in this bag. And every once in a while, it's on my mind to finish it, because I think this is going to be really cute. And this is the kind of thing, if I ever go to a restaurant again in my life, that I would use, because, you know, sometimes in the summertime, I just need a little something when the air conditioning gets to be too much for me. So there you go. The Ochre Cardigan by Amba O'Brien. And you can see I've just started the lace. And the lace is only a couple inches. So I'm a couple inches from finishing the body, and then I have the sleeves. And I have balls in here because I had to take apart another. I never take anything. I don't empty my project bags before I start using them again for another project. This is the leftover yarn from the sweater I wore yesterday, and the gauge swatch. This is the Blacker Tamar. I had bought too much of that yarn, and I gave a skein of it away in a giveaway at one point because I had too much of it. So I have my gauge swatch and my extra. No wonder I can never find, like, anyway. So I just pulled this out of the bag. I don't know where I'm gonna put it. Excuse me while I get up close and personal. I was trying to show you. I was going to grab for all these, because I took a sweater apart, and it, you know, this is also from a different sweater. This is in here. I have no idea why. This is from a sweater, a summer sweater that I made. Oh, I got 2 of those. These will go in my blanket. Ooh, I wonder if Megan has that yarn yet. I wonder if I've completely lost track of what I've given Megan in terms of minis for our swap. So anyway, I have a lot of these balls in here. So way more than I need to finish this sweater. So anyway, the Ochre Sweater by Amba O'Brien. I'm keeping that. So that's it. That was 3, right? Anyway. So this web parade is just to look and see what I have, remember some things that I forgot, and, you know, I don't think I've, hold on. Dennis and Aura are talking right outside my door. Anyway, I haven't found anything that I'm going to frog yet, but that's okay. But I am being reminded, and there are a couple of things that I'm wondering where the heck they are. I guess they're there, or I do have a couple of things on the floor, or they're lost. We shall see. See what we come up with tomorrow. But anyway, so that's what's going on here. There's a little more of my whip parade. Now I've been talking for a long time. So I will talk to you tomorrow. Please take good care of yourselves. Please stay safe and stay